everyone, welcome back to Makeup Obsession. In today's video, we're gonna do a product review as well as a demo slash tutorial using the Brazilian Carnival palette by Qing Beauty. This is the biggest palette that I've ever come across with, and I'm super excited to show you guys this look that I created right here. Before we jump to the video, I would love for you guys to subscribe to my channel. That way you can see all the makeup tutorials, product reviews, as well as anything new about makeup that I will share with you guys in the future. Make sure you click the notification bell as well so you can get notified every time I have a new upload. Okay, so I want to show you guys what the palette looks like. It looks like this. It's really pretty. I like the print. It's super colorful and it's a little shiny as well. It has matte and then it has like some kind of like decals right here that are shiny. In the back, you will see that there's the name Brazilian Carnival. Bring the euphoric essence of Carnival into your makeup looks. Ingredients are right here. And when you open it up, there's a mirror right here on the top portion. And there are so many shades. There are a total of 99 shades in this collection or in this palette. There are a lot of neons in this palette. A neon yellow, there's a neon green, there's a neon pink. There are some pastels as well, like these colors right here, pastel green. There are a lot of metallic colors, a lot of shimmers. There are some glitters in here as well, and there are some interesting shades right here that are like really unique, like this color right here. It's like a duo, or not a duochrome, but it's like a multi-chrome shimmer glitter in here. Really interesting. The packaging is 10 out of 10 for the packaging, definitely. Color wise, I think it's not as organized as the Exotic Pop palette, because the Exotic Pop palette, you can kind of see the colors are quite grouped together. This one, it's literally splash of color. So when I was doing the look right here, I was like kind of overwhelmed with how much eyeshadows in here. But because I love makeup and I love color, so this is a palette that really speaks to me. And take a good look at the palette. There are some neutrals in here, right here, and like right here. They're scattered all over the palette, so you can create an everyday simple makeup look with this one. You can create anything in this palette that is colorful or natural. The only thing missing here is a black shade, which does exist in the Exotic palette. Also, I noticed that there's no name in any of the shadows, so that's a bummer, because I do love names on my eyeshadows, even if I will not probably remember any of the names of my eyeshadows. I just love knowing that when I do reference a color, there is a name for me to call it. I just want to compare the size of this palette with, just so you can see how big it is. So palette right here, and then the neon Huda Beauty palette. So if you're familiar with the size of the Huda Beauty 9-pan palettes, this is the difference of the palette. So this is really something super chunky and super big. And so far, I'm really happy because this is the biggest palette that I have in my collection. So far, it's bigger than my Morphe. It's bigger than the Exotic palette actually as well. So I am an affiliate to Qing Beauty Shop, and I do have a special discount code that you can use. I will flash it here on the screen for you. And you can get 8% off of your entire purchase from qingbeautyshop.com. I can't wait to show you guys this look, so let's get started. Before I get started with the tutorial, I will prime my eyes using the AOA. This is their Wonder Cover Concealer. This is in the shade White. And I'm just using a flat brush to apply this all over my eyelid. That way, all of the colors that we're gonna apply later on will be super vibrant. So for the eye look, I was thinking that I will do kind of like a double cut crease, more on the wing out style. And I was inspired by the color of my shirt, so I'm gonna do something neon orange. So for the first shade, I'm going to grab this neon color right here. So this is a matte neon orange, and I'm just gonna apply that right here, right on my crease. Wow, that is super pigmented. Considering that I just dipped my brush once, I love how it's coming about. It is such a vibrant color. I love it. I'm just packing it on all over my lid, and I'm also like trying to plot the shape that I want for this eyeshadow. So I'm using like a really small brush to work this shape out. So this is just like a rough placement of shadows, because later on I will clean out the shape right here in the very bottom. But that's basically the shape that I want, and it's looking really vibrant so far. I'm just gonna take a clean brush right here. It's flat and fluffy, and what I will do is that I will just right here on the edges just to really buff it out. Before I move on with the next shade, I just want to see how well this blends into the rest of the eye. I miss doing shapes like this because I usually go for like a cut crease, but I remember I love doing a winged out double cut crease, and I feel like anything cat-like looks more suitable for my eye shape. So I'm just blending that out right there. The color is blending out super nicely, and I love the gradient that I'm getting from this eyeshadow. It's gonna blend the edges out, and I will use a lighter color of orange. So more on the like coral side, because I want this to have like a clean fade, and I don't want the colors to really stand out against each other. I just want to truly blend that out with a lighter color. So this coral shade, I just did my brush once, and I'm expecting that the colors will just really diffuse with each other nicely. So I'm really liking how that looks. It's so easy to blend, and it's so easy to build these colors into each other. So I'm really impressed with that, and I think there's no fallout too, just like the exotic palette. So I'm really happy about that, because it's not a messy eyeshadow to work with. So that's what we have so far. And on the outer part of my crease, before I do any cleanup, I think I will do some reddish orange shade, just because I want that to be slightly darker. So I will grab a same brush that I was working with. I'll be more precise right here on the base of the shadow. Wow, I love this. This is really pretty. So I will just go back with that neon orange that we worked with first. Look at how much product it is able to pick up, and this is such a vibrant color. I love it. I'm just gonna work my way here. That is super beautiful. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna cut my crease with the same concealer that we used earlier to clean up the shape right here. So I'm just cleaning this out and I'm tapping the product, I'm not dragging it. And I'm doing it with my eyes open because I really want to see where the shadow will fall when I open my eyes. This is turning out the way that I like it, so I do like the shape to be like this. I will just grab a smaller brush to clean up the edges of the cut crease. We'll grab my red orange shade using a much flatter brush, and I will clean up right here. So far, I feel like all these mattes are working super nice. They're super pigmented, blends nicely. I love the formula, really creamy. All of the products that I use in this video will be listed down below. My affiliate links will be there, and also there's a special discount code that you can use for Qing Beauty products. So I'm just gonna put it right here on the screen for you guys, and it's gonna be on the description box as well. So for the inner corner of my eyes, I want to use like a really bright neon yellow. So I picked up this neon color right here, and I just want to see how, wow, that looks super vibrant. I'm really impressed. Such a vibrant shade. Love this shade. Super vibrant. I'm really happy how this is turning out. It's really pretty. I kind of want to do like a really nice, this is like a nice teal eyeshadow. So I think I will use that teal eyeshadow as a liner. We'll grab like a flat brush and I will just oh, this is really cute. So I will just tap it right here. I'm loving the way that they adhere to the primer. I just want to make sure that they're parallel to each other. Okay, so I think I'm loving that. You can definitely use these colorful shadows just like as a bright eyeliner if you don't want to do like a full-on super bright look. And then we still have like an empty spot right here, so I think I will fill that up with shimmer shadow. So I will just grab, there's a beautiful shimmer here that I've been eyeing on, so I think I would do that. This shade is kind of like an orangey color with a little bit of gold and pink in it. So I'm grabbing like a flat brush. It's like a foiled color. I did not use any setting spray. Wow. Okay. And what's interesting about this shade is that there are a few shades in the palette that look like it. It's like they have chunky glitter, but they're not pure glitter. So let me see how it applies with finger. Oh, it applies with the finger all right. Let me build this up a little bit more, but I noticed that it picks up better with a brush. It looks like this. The formula is really creamy. That's why I like picking it up with a brush because there's chunks in it that I feel like my finger is just pressing the formula in a weird way, and I like it with a brush better. So that's interesting. I really like this shade, and I'm just making sure that they meet together right here. It is quite chunky, I have to say. For a shimmer formula, it's definitely on the chunkier side because there's like glitters in it. So I want to use something else on this lid right here because I want to use a color that both of these colors will meet, and I was thinking I would try a yellow this time. This is like, I think this is just a metallic shade, so I want to use like a metallic yellow just right here. I gotta say that this metallic yellow really feels nice and creamy. It is not as chunky as the color we used earlier, which is nice. And I think this is good so far. I don't know if I want to add anything more to it, but that's the look so far. I think I would use the same teal shade that I was working with earlier, just underneath the eyes. What do you guys think? How do you like the look so far? I think that looks nice. Okay, I think I will use a shimmery kind of like just a typical champagne shade, if I can find it here in the palette. They do have like a light gold. Yeah, it looks like this. It's really chunky on the brush, so let me just apply that on the highlight. So I'll finish up the other eye, apply mascara and lashes, and I'll be right back. This is the finished look that I came up with. All of the products that I use all over my face will be on the description box, as well as my affiliate links to the products so that you can check them out. So for my final thoughts about the Brazilian Carnival palette by Qing Beauty, I think that definitely the mattes are super excellent. They blend well. They do have that opacity that is really vibrant. The neons, I'm super happy with the way the neons performed because they applied true to the color on the pan. They're really nice to work with. They blend out nice with the other colors. They pick up nice on the brush. They don't have any fallout. That's why this time I didn't put any powder underneath my eyes, because I had a feeling that this palette will not have a fallout, same way as the Exotic Pop palette that I reviewed recently. So I'm really impressed with the way that the mattes perform. They're super easy to blend, super easy to work with. They tend to really stick on the eyeshadow base, but that doesn't make them hard to blend. Also, I like that the colors, you only need to dip a little bit to get the opacity that you want. Mattes are definitely, I think, 100% recommend the mattes from this palette. On the other hand, the shimmers, they do have 3 different textures for the other shadows. They have shimmers, they have metallics, and they also have glitters in the palette. So I was able to try their shimmers that are more on the metallic side. So as far as shimmers go, they do have a special formula, like I said earlier in my tutorial, which is like, it's creamy, it's metallic, it has chunks of glitter in it, and it's hard to pick up with the fingers, but it's easier to pick up with a brush, a dry brush that is. And those are really nice. You just need to pack them a little bit on the lid. It's takes a little bit longer time to pack them on the lid as compared to the mattes. And also they do have quite a chunky formula because of the chunky glitters, but they do have a nice reflect to them. And the colors, when you put them on the lid, they look really beautiful. The pink that I put right here in person, it's really more of a reflective gold pink, and you can really see the chunks of glitter in there. So far overall, in terms of that formula, I think that formula would have been better, but like I said, if you use a brush with it, just a few layering and you'll achieve what you like. Even if it's a chunky shimmer, it did not fall out on my cheek at all. And also, I'm really happy with the metallic shades that I used. The metallic shade that I use is the yellow right here on the inside portion, and I think the metallic formula is just perfect, really creamy to the touch, and when you apply it with just your finger, it applies nicely. It layered on top of the matte neon yellow that I just applied beforehand, so that is really good. Also, I love that when I did the wing right here, I noticed that underneath my eyes, I didn't really get to apply primer. But even without a primer underneath my eyes, that teal color really showed up well, which means that even without the help of a light colored primer, it did show up well. So I am really happy about that. I think so far this palette, given that you have 99 shades in it and you get a lot of colors to play with, I think it is something that is really worth investing in. It's something that is worth to try, you know, especially in your collection if you don't have a lot of colors and you want to try pressed glitters and different formulas. If you're a makeup collector, this is something that you will love. It has a lot of exciting colors and it's just pretty to look at, you know. It's just pretty to look at. I love it so much. It could have been better if there are names on each of the colors of the palette so that it's easier to reference them. Like, as a YouTuber like me, if I would reference the colors, you know, it's easier for me to just reference them, but that's not a problem because this is such a pretty palette. It's super big. I'm happy with it. It's lightweight, it's not really heavy, and I just love the quality of their shadows. I've done a better job with the shimmers, but like I said, for the price of this palette, I think it's $49.99 and it is affordable for what you get out of this palette. The mattes perform just like high-end eyeshadows. I'm super excited about that. And yeah, so if you guys are interested to try any products from Qing Beauty, I have a discount code that I will put right here in the screen for you guys. It's gonna be in the description box as well. It guys for my review of the Brazilian Carnival palette. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. Before you leave, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you can get updated every time I have a new video. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!